there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, if you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, there's a link in the description box where you can learn your whole birth chart. And that way, if you want additional messages for the week, you can always look at your Moon and Rising sign readings on top of your Sun sign reading today. So this is for the week of July 18th until the 25th. And you'll notice I have all three decks here in a row. I'm going to switch it up a teeny bit and do a 6-card read with 2 cards per deck in a general manner, looking at mind, body, and soul. So I was inspired to do this a couple days ago, and I'm just giving it a little try. So hopefully this is appealing to you and helpful in healing like all the other readings, because that's the whole point of doing this. So as I said, this is a general reading. Whatever is most prominent in your life, please apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them appealing and helpful. So Sagittarius, what do you need to know regarding the mind? What does Sagittarius need to know regarding the mind? Okay, so we had 2 that were flipping. I usually get 1 jumper and then pull from the bottom of the deck, but those were together flipped on the around in the whole deck. So I'm going to take these, and I promise I'm going to show you these up close in just a moment. I'm going to get all the cards out, and then we'll look at each row left to right and then from top to bottom. What does Sagittarius need to know with regard to the body? All right, I'm going to shuffle for, I don't know, I guess another 20 seconds or so, and if we don't get a jumper, never mind. Okay, the bottom of the deck. All right, let's do the same, Sagittarius, for the soul. So what does Sagittarius need to know with regard to the spirit? Oops, thought that was going to jump. Okay, we had a major clump. It's just because my shuffling was getting a little bit messy there. What does Sagittarius need to know with regard to the soul? All right, so let's do about 3 more shuffles. If we don't get a jumper, I'm just going to split the deck here for you, Sagittarius. Okay. Cool. And then we will go bottom of the deck as promised. All right. So what we have in the first column, the mind column, is all that glitters. And then for general energy regarding the mind for the week, we have the card regeneration. It feels as though what's going on in the mind for you this week, Sagittarius, is that you believed that something was going to give you more pleasure than it actually did. That's basically all this means. You had yourself wrapped up in something, a feeling that you associated with something that by the time it came to fruition didn't give you that feeling. And you're feeling let down. That's all it is. You still got what you wanted, but the feeling that you expected to match it wasn't there. So something's kind of pissing you off materially, even though it doesn't need to. So again, this left column, this is all about what you need to know or are already moving through and need to be affirmed. And chances are, Sag, right? Your planet is Jupiter. You are one of the brightest signs in the zodiac. You probably already know this. You're probably not surprised by this. Here's the clincher. Regeneration. This is general energy with regard to the mind this week. This means that you need to solve this before it keeps cropping up, because this is ongoing or will be ongoing. And it's a letdown that you are bringing into your own life. You're being asked to create new associations with what you consider to be helpful or pleasing or accomplished in the material world and what it brings to you in a sense of how you go about your life in the world, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about others, what value or consideration you give yourself because of it. Perhaps you're putting too much stock into this. Perhaps this is a status issue. Uh, Perhaps this is a bigger toys for bigger boys issue type thing. And I don't necessarily mean that in terms of you're trying to impress other people. That's happenstance for a Sagittarius, frankly. But you are trying to impress yourself. And you're doing it with regard to these conversations or constructs or belief systems that you already possess. And like I said, this is an opportunity this week, Sagittarius, if you are meeting up with this, to say, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to either create a new value system around what this means to get something pleasurable and how I feel about it. Perhaps something else is a teeny bit more important, okay? So just examine why this feeling keeps cropping up and why you value this type of, I'm going to call it status, but it doesn't have to be. Like I said, it's not about other people either. And it doesn't have to be gold. It can be education. It can be trips. It can be anything that you thought was going to give you more pleasure than it did, and you're let down because of it. Re-examine this because there's another way to go about it where you can feel good no matter what comes into your life. Meanwhile, you can be appreciative, okay? Because this appears to be missing. The appreciation component here appears to be missing, but it is a feeling because of your belief systems. So here in the body column, we have the dog. The dog's keyword is loyalty. If you're going through a health issue or someone that you love you are feeling supported or you are supporting the other person. On the other hand, if you feel like you could be approaching a health issue, either you or someone that you love, that you feel that you will be supported. So either you're going through this currently or it is upcoming in your life and you are preparing yourself to be loyal and concerned for, the pack, your family, right? Your kin. So someone could be going through something difficult body-wise. It could be you, it could be someone you love, where you are going to be called upon to be loyal and considerate. And I don't think this is a problem for you. This is probably going to feel pretty easy for you. But just know that they will very much appreciate this. Hopefully, with regard to general energy surrounding the matter, this is the bat, this is the card of rebirth. Hopefully, this means that this will be the last concern around that particular body or medical issue. This could be the end of it, right? This is a rebirth. You could be coming out the other side of something, or someone you love could be coming out the other side of something. Or if there's something upcoming and you have to face something that hasn't occurred yet, just know that you will come out on the other side of it better and healthier and more energized. So I don't think there's a losing bet here or anything like that. There's just a sense of maybe even reaffirming or reestablishing a sense of loyalty, and it could take a mini crisis to do that. So just already in the first four cards, there is a general, I'm propelled, or rather compelled to state, count your blessings here. There's a great deal of honor and blessing in your life, and it's really important here to take stock of that, okay? And then with your soul column, we have divine timing. This pops up in your readings a lot, Sagittarius. It's actually really cool because you're usually doing the right thing at the right time because you're really in tune with yourself and you're a phenomenally honest person. And sometimes it feels like divine timing feels like, believe it or not, and this is for every sign, when things happen, we rarely, right, that are out of our control, so to speak, or that we weren't ready for. We rarely ever feel prepared. That's the whole point. We rarely ever feel prepared to get to for these issues or problems to show up. But the point being here is that it's actually perfect. This is the perfect time to learn it. It's the perfect time to go for it or through it. And it's the perfect time to recover from it or to adopt it into your life. So whatever that general message or issue is for you this week, it is the perfect time, okay? And if that's what's been holding you up from something, or you've been looking for it, or you've been wondering when you should use something, it's saying just keep going the way you're going. This is the best time for you. It's the best thing for you at this time. And like I said, believe it or not, because it might even feel a teeny bit overwhelming, or that you're a little bit out of, fish out of water, that type of thing. But please recognize that you have the skills, and the ability to get through whatever this is and come out the other side, because it's the right time for you. And then with the overall energy around the spirit is nature. If you haven't been spending time in nature, this is just sort of a calling card to get back in nature, particularly around summertime. If you're in the Western Hemisphere, it's summer. If you haven't been to a beach or a lake, tisk tisk, find yourself there. Um, it's really important to be in nature, especially around water. Slow down. Another element of the nature card is to slow down. Recognize cycles. Recognize that we are biological beings, that we are one with nature, and that there is a spectacular and um, unique beauty that belongs in the what we like to call the imperfect, right? The imperfections of nature, the imperfections of the human condition. This is an opportunity to get in tune back with that and just say it is the imperfections that make us beautiful and unique. And then if you do seek any peace this week, particularly Sagittarius, please spend time in nature or make a point of paying attention to the natural world. This could be just, anything from birds or squirrels in the neighborhood if you can't get out to the country or to a beach, to insects, right? Just examine, spend some time, be in the moment for 30 seconds or 60 seconds watching a critter crawl by, and just be there for the moment. You'll find it's a very beautiful, releasing feeling, and it also allows you to get in the habit of being in the moment, and also in a large scale sort of influence here, being grateful. The reason I'm saying grateful over and over again is because we have the all that glitters in the mind. This is coloring your whole week, okay? This is influencing everything else that's going on. So I do believe that if there is an injection or an adoption of gratitude here, I just believe that you'll never feel this way again. You'll never feel let down, because something doesn't look or feel the way you wanted it to, okay? So I believe those words there. Let's look at top to bottom for each column. This is, of course, general cards regarding, so sorry, like the cards regarding the general issue, whatever that is for you, and we're looking at overall energy for the week. So all that glitters, loyalty, and divine timing. Like I said, you might feel like something is taking you off balance, or it's chewing up a lot of time and you didn't expect something. But if you're loyal to it and slow down a little bit and expect gratitude and kind of nothing else for the week, at least, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how things do turn out and sort of settle themselves without too much effort from your behalf. And of course, general energy for the week, we're looking at regeneration, which is basically second chances. The regeneration card, by the way, is second chances. Or higher thinking. It's another level. And then we have rebirth and nature. So second chances, rebirth, and nature. There's a great, and this could even be about the body, right? This could be about the naturally organic world. So I do believe whatever is going on here, if there is a health issue for you or a loved one, this is ready to be solved. You're able to walk out on the other side of this firmly and permanently. And you could find healing measures within nature, or that the body itself is part and parcel of the healing process, that in remembering that you're an organic being, and to take a lot of your cues from nature, okay? In terms of really simply, like, slow down. Try not to be in a rush, especially with the divine timing here. It looks like maybe you're on a clock, or you're pushing yourself to do or say or fix something on someone else's clock, or like I said, on a clock that you've made up for yourself that you're you're not completing, and it's just pissing you off. So try to slow down. Remember, everything's moving at the right time, and that this person or yourself with a health issue is bound to recover. You'll come out the other side, and I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so If you have a second, let me know how this plays out for you. I'm always excited to hear back from people who I read for. So if this makes sense or works out a certain way for you, Sagittarius, let me know. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, please take good care of yourself and I will see you then. Bye for now.